got 3 kids. I got 2 girls. My grandpa, that's who gave me the bug when I was a kid. I used to go riding with him when I was, oh man, you couldn't get me out of the truck. He owned his own truck. So, I mean, I knew a little bit about owner-op and all that stuff through him. And, but every summer when I wasn't in school, and he'd tell me, hey, baby, you want to go for a ride? And I'm like, yeah, where are we going or whatever. And my mom would have to be calling. Well, back then they still had pay phones, and they didn't have a cell phone. And Mom, she'd be like, when's he coming home? And he'd be like, when you want to come home? I was like, oh, no, let's go somewhere else. So and then that gave me the bug, and always helping work on stuff and clean the trucks. And my wife, her grandfather, he was a truck driver for, I think, 45 years. And, he just recently passed away a couple of years ago. And me and him would always talk about truck driving. And my grandpa, he was a truck driver for 40-something years when he passed. And then, I got 2 daughters and a son. And hopefully, my son gets the bug like I did. And,
You want him to?
I want him to. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I'd like to retire,
Okay, yeah.
Right, I won't. My name's David Lewis. I'm from Burgoon, Ohio. I'm 30 years old. Been driving truck for probably commercially, I've been driving truck for 5 years. And I drove 4 years in the Marine Corps. I actually got Hawaii under my belt for driving trucks. So,
Okay.
and got out, and I worked on the railroad as a conductor engineer, and then got tired of that, and I went right back to truck driving, and drove for a flatbed company for a few years, and then I drove for Mr. Dan Davidson, and I can't beat it, and they're just a good group of people, and run older trucks, and that's what I liked, and I'm going to be lease purchasing a truck off of him with this International Eagle here. It's a 97. It's got the N14 Cummins Red Top Select Plus, and 18 speed. It's got the Pro Sleeper. It's a double bunk, real roomy, and it's got 75,000 on the rebuild that Dan had done, and I'll be lease purchases off him. This is my second year for 10-4 on DC. I missed last year, but I was part of the Strong 50 with Dan, and I did the first year, but yeah, can't complain. It's a good truck though. It's you don't see too many around. Not these models, yeah. And I go anywhere really, but yeah, we haul a lot of principal business, haul a lot of diaper freight, and then on the way, we do a bunch of other stuff. We'll haul used equipment to, a customer that we do quite a bit, and we haul some steel coils for a local company quite a bit, and we got this pretty cool little gig that right down the road they build underground propane tanks, and they just need power only, so we hook under the step decks, and we'll go meet another driver that has a crane on the back of the truck, and we drop and hook. I just did one last week up to just north of Syracuse, New York, and there's people that go to Virginia, and we meet them up, and then you bobtail or deadhead all the way back with an empty trailer and drop it off, and it's a pretty good gig. It's not a bad little. Yeah, real big, 1,000 gallons and 1,500 gallons. But yeah, that's a pretty fun time. And I was a mechanic. I'm pretty mechanically inclined. I worked as a mechanic for actually Kit Spanfeller's father-in-law, and changing brakes and grease and doing oil changes. Just knowing how to do that will save you a lot of money. And just being mechanically sound with know your truck, and always carry tools. If you don't carry, there's people that break down on the side of the road just for an airline, and just to have you an extra airline and your tools just to fix it yourself, And I've changed alternators on the side of the road, and I had alternators, the extra alternator, just random stuff. But that'll save you, $1,000 just right there, just knowing how to do any of that. And I'm changing your own tires, busting them down, knowing how to do that, and knowing how to drive properly, and just taking care of your stuff. And Dan, he told me, he goes, obviously your check's going to change, but you also got to think about doing your taxes and all that stuff, and always set aside your, because you're going to have to pay taxes, or do it right then and there.
Yep.
That way you're done, and you ain't getting slammed with a big bill at the end of the year and trying to figure out what, and keep your receipts all straight in order. And my wife, she does pretty good at that, so she's more organized than I am for sure. So yeah.
Save, and save.
Save. That's what
Yeah,
we
there
Save
you
it.
go.
Save it. Save it.